Welcome back. Tonight, the FBI confirming the Russian cybercrime gang called DarkSide, aptly named, was behind a cyber attack on a vital U.S. pipeline. The Colonial Pipeline that carries fuel from Texas to the Northeast remains shut down at this hour. Experts warn if that continues, it could push gas prices sky high and widespread fuel shortages around the country. Joining us now, Republican Arkansas Senator Tom Cotton. Senator Cotton, how concerned are you about this?
Brian, I'm very concerned. I mean, from two different angles. First off, no cyber gang in Russia could conduct this kind of attack against an American piece of critical infrastructure without the tacit or explicit knowledge of Vladimir Putin's government. So first, it shows that Joe Biden's weak policy on Russia is having consequences for the American people. You know, when you give away the store to Russia, when you extend a nuclear arms treaty that favors Russia over the United States, you allow Russia to build a gas pipeline to Germany under the Baltic Sea, when you invite Vladimir Putin to a summit despite all that, you just embolden Vladimir Putin and his minions to launch these kind of attacks in the U.S. But second, it also highlights just how bad Joe Biden's energy policy is. You know, when you shut down the Keystone Pipeline, you take federal lands out of production for oil and gas, of course you're going to see higher prices at the gas pump. And if you have any kind of critical infrastructure go down like this, that's only going to be higher energy prices for the American people.
Absolutely. And Senator, why not blink the lights over there? We have better cyber technology than they do. So why not go show them? You got to find a way to solve this problem that we have right now, or this is going to happen to you.
Yeah, Brian, this is, again, just another example of Joe Biden's weak policy towards Russia. You know, he calls Vladimir Putin a killer once, and he acts like he's a tough guy. The Democrats have been beating their chest about Russia for the last 4 years. But as soon as Joe Biden got in office, they returned to their weak, dovish roots once again. They should immediately stop that pipeline that Russia is building towards Germany. Right. And we should go on offense if that's what it takes to get Russia to pull in its horns.
All right. So, Senator, this other big story in the Daily Mail that not many people are paying attention to, but we are. 154,000 emails from Hunter Biden on that laptop, 103 text messages, 2,000 photos. One of those emails really struck a chord because it talks about a Chinese spy chief of China who has an assistant who says, I'm sending opposition research to help Joe Biden's 2020 election bid, and wrote 40 personal messages, but that's a side note. She also encouraged him to draw from the company's accounts before they were shut down. Wait a second. China helping President Biden win an election? Where have I heard that before with a different country and a different candidate?
Yeah, Brian, it's astonishing what continues to come out about Hunter Biden. One reason a lot of the American people haven't heard about this story is that the blue media and big tech continues to act like a phalanx of bodyguards around Joe Biden. Remember what they did last October when Twitter and Facebook actively suppressed stories about Hunter Biden's shady overseas dealings. We need to get to the bottom of this. We need to understand exactly why Joe Biden was involved with the so-called spy chief, to use his own words, of China, and also how he was able to so easily put what appears to be an agent of this so-called spy chief right in Hunter Biden's inner circle. Right.
Senator, you were smart enough not only to serve in the military, but before that, go to an Ivy League education. I was going to, but I didn't like the campus. It just didn't sing my name. But you want to tax the endowments of these Ivy League schools. It's in the zillions of dollars, and it's all tax-free, and it just sits there. Why?
Yeah, Brian, I'm going to introduce legislation tomorrow that I'm introducing to the American people tonight on your show that's going to tax the endowments of the biggest, richest, and frankly, most liberal universities in America. They have tens of billions of dollars sitting in their endowment. They pay almost nothing in federal taxes, and they charge full freight to kids to take Zoom classes. And Brian, this is at a time when they are also actively indoctrinating students to hate America, to believe it's an oppressive, racist nation. If Joe Biden wants the rich to pay their fair share, I think we should focus on these liberal, out-of-touch universities paying their fair share.
We'll see if anybody on the Democratic side will put that together. Until you get into the majority, it might be just a statement rather than a bill that becomes a law. Senator Tom Cotton, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Brian.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.